What's up, everybody? I'm back with another SmugAlana. This one's relatively old, but it caught my attention, so I wanted to quickly give it a look. See, why are women like this? So, I want to hop right into it. Follow SmugAlana and her channel. Follow me on my YouTube and Twitch channel as I react to videos, stream games, and review content. I'm gonna hop right into it because once I'm done with this, I'm gonna be hopping right into streaming some Resident Evil Requiem. So look forward to that. So let's hop right in.
Oh yeah, fire, oh yeah.
What is this? This is a clip about women. Speaking of women, I don't talk to any. All right, let's see what she yapping on about.
Dating is boring and men are not interesting. I do not care if I get a free meal, okay? My time is not worth a $20 green curry at a Thai restaurant. Men get to stare at me for an hour. They get to giggle.
It's funny how average chicks got this overinflated sense of ego where their presence is good enough to warrant so much. And this is why guys were starting to ask girls, what do you bring to the table? And it's kind of bewildering that those guys are the ones that, ladies look at guys like that who dare ask that question, look at it as some kind of offense. It's like, that is a proper question. Of a guy who's handling his business and got something going for himself, not necessarily working his way up as like a CEO or anything like that, but he's doing pretty good in his life, and so much so he does want to be with a chick. That's why he asked a girl out. So if he asked that question, that is a green flag. That means he's dating with intention. Guys who don't really care about you like that won't be bothered to ask that kind of question. Guys, maybe not specifically in those words, but what do you bring to the table is any facsimile of that line. He's asking for a reason, because just like no girl wants to date a bum, no guy wants to date a liability. Because so many girls will not take the extra mile to make sure that I'm not just a walking vajayjay. I got more to offer than what my biology brings. You have to be the one to prove that. Guys can't read your mind. But you can't, you're not walking with a sign that says I got this stuff. You're not a baseball card. You have to actually break it down so that at least the guy will have something to think about. Stand out, ladies. You got to stand out. If you don't want to answer that question, or if you give some nonsense answer, or if you give them attitude for asking the question, then you are a low value lady.
They get to blush. They get to kick their little feet. And what do I get out of it? A meal that I could make myself. A meal that I could pay for myself. I have to stare at someone who's honestly not that attractive. Let's be so real.
Bro, she's just going off.
And who brings nothing to the table.
This is
I
rage.
don't care how much a man makes. If you can't make me laugh, you
And
can't
make
do a
me
lot of
laugh.
other things. Women
Oh my
are
God.
taught to be perfect.
She's doing the.
Make you laugh. So you're not dating. Clearly, women like this aren't dating with attention. You want to just be. You go out to be entertained. You want the guy to be the dancing monkey for your soul entertainment because you're so dang precious. This is what guys are, doing this, quietly walking away or going overseas. Because the Western women, not all of them, but so many have this attitude. Maybe they don't verbalize it stupidly like this, But they have this mindset. Once you actually let them talk, even if they're not putting it on social media like this idiot, if you let them talk, they'll have these same talking points. They have the same mindset. And this is why they either get ghosted or used for their bodies and cast aside. Because you do not stand out. You do not bring more to the table. For something, a guy who's doing something with his life needs to, he wants to be with a girl, but he just can't get any girl. Sure, he might be able to bang. I won't say he bangs any girl, but you know what I'm saying. He might be able to bang you, but he won't be able to take you seriously. Guys who ask these questions wants to take a girl seriously, clearly. But if you offering attitude and this entitlement, then don't get mad or cry on TikTok that, oh my God, he presented himself this way and now he switched things up, or he ghosted me. And it's like, no, you probably more than likely deserve it because you probably did not make sure that you showed him that you are more, you're not the cast pajamas. You know that you're an average girl. Here's, what I bring. Here's my mindset. Here's like, I was raised like this. I go to this church. I really like to take care of people. So things that guys will be drawn to as like a possible indicator for a lady who he can see bearing his children and raising it and making like a proper family. These things guys have to think about. Especially if we want to take a girl seriously, we have to think about the long-term ramifications. If I bring you into my world, are you going to tear it down 5-10 years from now? Or because you're unsatisfied, or you might get bored one day? Or you're going to trip or go psycho on a guy because he told you no? We got to think about that kind of stuff. Are you going to divorce me for, petty reasons and then take half my earnings that I built, through the course of the years? These things are a big concern. That's why we ask these questions, because we need to be certain. You don't want to ask these questions because you don't bring nothing to the table. You're not crap. You're probably not a good selection for a wife, let alone a mother. But that you're on a date with a guy who probably got something going for himself, and you don't want to lose your chance to some other chick who's probably doing better, who got a proper mindset and raised right, to get this kind of guy. You refuse to lose that opportunity. You're going to get yours. You may not like the guy, but you like his resources. So you're going to put up this little chameleon fantasy, like this illusion. But then once you're comfortable, things look locked in, then you're probably the one to switch up and then tear this guy down, leaving him like, sitting on his hands because he can't do nothing about it because he's pretty much trapped. That's why guys have to vet. Us asking this questions is us vetting. We're vetting the ladies as much as the girls should be vetting the men. I get oh yeah, thanks for the IDGAS. IDGAS. Soitan. Thanks for the follow. I knew I heard something. It's saying the notification should be a lot louder though. Oh wow. Oh, you guys got a lot of stuff you want me to check out. Hey, hi everybody. I'll look these over because I got a lot of reaction videos I want to do. Well, tomorrow, but after this, I'm gonna hop into some Resident Evil Requiem. Um, okay, yeah, yeah. I will look it over and maybe I can put on the list. So let's get back to this. I don't want this video to be over an hour
The bird
or
hands
2
chat.
hours.
Perfect. And the way that we look, and the way that we think, and the way that we act, with literally everything we do, and what are men taught? That the way that they are is okay. Men are taught that their existence is acceptable, regardless of what that existence is. I encounter men in their 20s who have acne. It's like, did
Okay.
you not get a skincare routine during COVID like I did? Why do you have a
This has got to be rage bait. This can't be.
I have a question.
I'm just curious what ladies think what guys' lives are like.
beard? You're on a date, why didn't you brush your hair? Why are you wearing sneakers? Why aren't you even trying to look nice? You're not
You're not allowed to wear
even
sneakers.
trying. I asked them what they do for fun. All they do, they go to work, they go to the gym. The gym,
Yeah.
I never see a bicep. I don't see any muscles. Like, what's it gonna take for you to pick up a book that isn't Atomic Habits?
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. I need to hold on. Pause. First of all, Atomic Habits is a good book. First of all, shut your mouth. Second off, there's like a part of me that wonders if I should have saved this for like fucking rage bait or retard. There's no way. There's no way you're mad because you think you're better than every other man that you've ever been on a date with. This entire like 1 minute rant. This argument doesn't even make sense to begin with. Like, you do a skincare routine and they don't, so that means you put in more effort? Like, okay, what? Huh? Okay, a lot of guys don't really need skincare routines. That's kind of part of the deal, right? So does that mean, by the way, if we use this dumbass logic, does that mean...
Guys, vet these ladies properly. Do not feel ashamed to ask them, what do you bring to the table? You probably can word it differently, but the sentiment should be the same. You need to know, if you go on a date with a lady, ask them, like, maybe not what do you bring to a table, but like, what are you planning on, like, getting out of a, what do you want out of a relationship, kind of thing. I think that's probably a good way to go about it. And depending on her answer, it'll probably telegraph a lot. And watch how she behaves. The body language speaks volumes more often than what she says. Because, sometimes ladies will like to put up a front. They'll say whatever is politically correct to make themselves look good because they're obsessed with their image. A lot of them are. But you often also have to pay attention to their body language because they tend to, tell them themselves. They tell themselves if you let them speak long enough too. But, you got to keep an eye out for these things a lot more. You can't just take them at face value anymore. Not to say you always could, but it's just increasing over the years that this front a lot of these ladies put up just to make sure they get into your coin bag.
If a guy has a weightlifting routine, he's better than you? I don't know. Even though you as a girl don't really need to lift weights. Like, to look good. Like, girls don't really need to do it. Like, it's such a stupid, nonsensical fucking argument. That's crazy. Yes. Everybody's gotta do it. She never saw a bicep. How about if I give you a bicep? Let's put it this way, chat. This is either rage bait or this girl has like a serious narcissistic personality disorder. This is someone who's never been on a date with like a dude that she thinks is above her. That's a problem. My other question is, why are you even going on the date? Like, you can clearly tell at a glance that you're not interested because of the skin or whatever. So why are you going in the first place? If you think there's like this perceived effort like is less than yours. Like, I don't know, chat. This is kind of fishy. There's a strong possibility of just pure rage bait.
Sorry, 1 second. Got a little distracted. What's going on in the chat here? Five Nights at Sculpsons. Is that supposed to be like a Five Nights at Freddy's type of thing? Huh. Yeah, like I'll check out these links after the video and see what's what. Usually particular about what I post, but I'll look them over.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. There are absolutely people like this. Like, oh my god, I can't even believe you put in the effort and you didn't pay for my meal because I put on like $60 worth of makeup on my face. Don't get it twisted, man. Analyzing rage bait? It's called content, my man. You wouldn't get it. It's called content. Holy Toledo, what is this? Liberal woman says millions of women were genocided in the Salem witch trials. The reality is 19 people were killed and 5 of them were men. Okay.
You talking about a walking red flag? Tell me you're a walking red flag without telling me you're a walking red flag. Golly, no eyebrows either. That always creeps me out. And then the bullnose ring. Guys, avoid ladies with bullnose rings. Just a precaution. She might be, a nice lady, but it's just like I have to tell like a female friend of mine who used to wear a nose piercing. I have to tell her like at least a couple of weeks ago, yo, I know you used to wear like the whole nose ring thing. Please stop. You do not want it because it's a bad sign. You do not want that signal to get out there because guys will look at that and they think you some kind of walking red flag. You get rid of it. Never use it. If you see a lady with bull nose rings, stay as far away from them as possible. 9 times out of 10, they are crazy. If you have relatives or close female friends who has a bull nose rings and you know they're decent people, tell them, take it out. Don't never use it again. It's just a bad look. Because ladies like this ruin it for everybody.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I just started thinking about the Salem witch trials, and I'm just so mad. Because that was just a mass genocide of women. And they teach it in school like it's something fun to learn about.
Well, it's fun around Halloween.
Tortured, sexually assaulted, and then murdered millions of women. Millions? They got away with it by accusing them of being witches.
Wait, what? Millions?
I know they did it, but
Chat, it's okay. Hold on. I can solve this one for you. It's not rage bait. She's just stupid. She's just stupid. I recognize the facial expression, okay? This is a Karen in training. She's currently in her feminist arc where she's like perceiving everything in the world around her, like current and past events, all as attacks on women. This can like often result in making up your own fucking headcanons about historical events. Like many such cases. This is not the first and it will not be the last. Dude, this is crazy. Millions of women die. What are we smoking, man? Billions, thousands. Oh my god. And the best part, what does it say? 19 people were killed and 5 of them were men, so it wasn't just women?
In the thousands of...
I know, crazy thought.
That high.
Analysis for Kowalski. It's almost like it wasn't just the women.
Somewhere between 50 to the hundreds, maybe.
This is fucking crazy. This is awesome. I love this. This is the best thing ever.
labeled as a witch. But
What the hell is this? Give a girl
clearly not
unrestrained freedom and
millions.
watch her become the worst
It
version of
happened,
herself.
but I'm pretty sure it's
And
not
then it's a
as
quote
much
retweet
as
that says, "My
you
theory
might
is that
think.
a reason these men don't like tattoos on women is because it's an outward sign of creative agency and self-ownership. It signals that the woman's body is hers and no one else's. It aesthetically undermines and rejects..."
Oh, listen, let me take a quick look. What is? Oh my god! I just like a quick Google search, literally just a quick Google search, because clearly this woman was crazy. During the 1692 to 1693 Salem witch trials, 14 women. So I was definitely way too high. 14 women and 5 men were executed by hanging. In addition to these 19, at least 5 other people, including several women, died in jail, and 1 man was tortured to death, bringing the total death toll to roughly 25 individuals. So, a few men by comparison to like maybe a dozen women. So it's not even that freaking many. But 200 people were accused of witchcraft. There was a lot more accusations, but only like a little over a dozen actual murders. And only a few of that dozen was, well, not a dozen, like 25. 5 of it is actually men, and 20 was women. So yeah, that chick was clearly wrong. It's like buying into the like feminism BS. So yeah, it was like, so in case people like that, say like, if you overhear somebody say like, oh, thousands or millions of people, women were murdered during the Salem witch trials, now that you know, you can tell them, actually, ma'am, it was like, like at least, 15 who actually died. Please don't spam the chat. Please don't spam the chat.
Men's felt entitlement to our bodies.
Sean Caston, the fighter.
Golly.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Hear me out. Both of these people are retarded. I would say that, like, I and lots of other girls I know in my life have unrestrained freedom. And I didn't devolve into a mentally ill retard with tattoos from head to toe. I just became a VTuber. Like, I would also say that men, or like at least most men, I think, don't dislike a woman's body completely covered in tattoos because of some bullshit sign of self-ownership. They don't like it because they just want to look at your body and not some shitty art they don't care about. Like, again, it has nothing to do with, like, undermining your entitlement to your body. That is such a retarded statement. I actually can't believe she said this, unironically. These tattoos will look bad on a guy too, by the way. Yes, and from head to toe, I would... like, I know this is profiling, but, like, if you're covered from head to toe...
Look at a, tatted up person from head to toe that practically looks like a freaking Yakuza boss. It's kind of like the whole less is more thing.
As a dude, I probably will say, like, were you in a gang or were you in prison? I think that's a fair statement to say. Yeah, like face tattoos and stuff, I'd be like, damn, are you in a gang? It has nothing to do with this fucking entitlement to your body bullshit and thinking like, oh, it's because it's her body and it's not mine and I'm pissed about it. Again, and by the way, they just find it unattractive.
It's just all rebellion attitude. Like, lots of women have this kind of rebellious spirit, one way or the other. They just some crazy need for control over like every little aspect imaginable, instead of just finding serenity in letting go. You know, and everything needs for you to take the reins of like who's this hurting but yourself? If you tied up to head to toe, it's weird.
I would also wager to some people, they consider it a red flag. There are some guys who are into it, obviously there are. Don't get me wrong, there are absolutely people that fetishize and want to have a girl or a boy that's covered in tattoos. But the ones who aren't, definitely aren't thinking about, like, self-ownership. They're, like, thinking, damn, this bitch is crazy. I also think, like, again, head-to-toe tattoos, in most cases, both genders, is a moderate sign of mental illness. I don't have any tattoos, but if I did, it would probably just be, like, one or two things that mean a lot to me. That's usually kind of the point, right? My brother has one of his best friend passing away from cancer, and it's a little beep machine thing.
I got one tattoo, and that was of the Sasuke Uchiha curse mark. That's like back here. That's the only tattoo I have and never will get, because they're freaking expensive, man. So I was like, okay, if I was gonna get any tattoo, I was gonna get that one.
Heartbeat, and that's one of the only ones he has. He has like 3. That's it. Like, I feel like that some people just do it, you know? You're making a permanent change to your body because you like something a lot, or it means something to you, you know? When you cover your entire fucking body from head to toe, I'm assuming goes all the way down, and it's like in 100 different pieces of art. Maybe this is just me, maybe I'm the weird one. But it feels like there's some kind of like mental disorder going on. And let me clarify.
Says, look at
I think there's a difference between getting like one big tattoo that maybe covers your whole back, like maybe it's your family member, or like it means something to you, right? Or your arm like a sleeve or something, right? Maybe it's a cultural thing. Versus someone that does like 20 little fucking tattoos like this, and they're all different, and they're all not really related to each other because they're done at different times with different artists. Does that make sense? Like the one big tattoo, your sleeve, your arm, your back, maybe like your leg or something, it has clear intention, and it's done by one artist usually, right? And it has a purpose. These 20 small little tattoos are more indicative of like mental illness, because most people don't feel like they need a tattoo for every single thing that they find interesting in their life. And also, another thing, getting little tattoos like this, what if you stop liking it? Yeah. It's a cohesion thing too. I mean, for me personally, like if I look at someone and it's not all one cohesive thing, I don't think it's not very good, because it doesn't make sense to me. A feather, an anchor, a compass. I'm so deep right now. Yeah. Did she get tattoos of moles on her cheek? I guess. I don't know. Also, I can't stand this like heart on the cheek thing. Like, I don't know, man. I think she's just probably just cray cray. What the comments say? Let me see. Many men in the comments getting very angry, and the sexism predictably pouring out like sewage. You're either proving my point or you misunderstood the OP. I didn't say all men. Of course people have preferences, but I was referring to sexist men who think women in particular shouldn't have tattoos. Bro.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. It's just the excessiveness. You cross a particular point where now it's gone from intriguing or attractive to full-on disturbing. And sure, you might get some few stragglers who still find that attractive, and they typically are the ones who also have like excessive tattoos as well. However, there is a point of taking something that you like too far.
It just doesn't. And she has shitty little tattoos as well. Oh my god. It's the federal agent. They're laser beaming stupid ideas into my brain. Oh my god. Yeah, no, it just doesn't look good. I'm sure there's ones that are like full tattoo sleeves that are awesome, but like at the end of the day, yeah, most people are just saying like, oh, it's ugly. It doesn't look good. That's it. Again, she's completely wrong. Like, women won't treat men like shit if they're ugly? What? Bitch? What are you talking about? Like, you're making a permanent change on your body, bro. You're covering it all head to toe, and then someone has to look at it. What if they don't like the art style, man?
You covering yourself in tattooed spider.
You're just being dumb. This is not the point. I did say
exactly
that this is also
maiden.
a dumb retarded statement. Did I not? In the beginning? I do think that, like, not every girl is gonna go out and fucking do this kind of shit. Or, like, get a bunch of piercings. And even then, I would argue piercings aren't that bad because you can take them out and they'll grow back. Or at least, like, fade away, right? Yeah, I would honestly argue, like, tattoos are way more permanent. Because even then, it costs thousands of dollars to remove them. If you don't like it, God forbid you're like a fucking Rick and Morty fan, and then one day you change your mind, and then it's like, oh, I've got this Rick and Morty tattoo on my arm, and now I don't like it anymore, and I have to get rid of it. And it's also painful? Yeah, I bet. You're lasering off your skin or some shit. Yeah, it's eating the tattoo ink. One back tattoo has attention, it's cohesive, it looks good. When I was responding a little later, makes you look like a high school bathroom stall. Yeah, it's because it's like all different people marking on your body. Because it's all different artists, usually, you can tell. Like, this person who drew this didn't draw the spider, and, like, they didn't draw this spider either, you can just tell.
Get sick of, and it actually has some meaning
Or people that
behind it.
tattoo themselves boyfriend, girlfriend names,
like
and then they break up.
anime,
I know, I never
so
understood that. Like, I could, okay, I can understand tattooing your child's name because it's like, it's your child. But, like, a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, like, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I would assume most people when they tattoo their kid's name, usually, they'll be like, you know, I want to keep this kid forever. Do you have tats? No. I thought about it when I was like maybe in high school and then I never got it. I have piercings in my ears, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, or mom. Yeah, I think I can understand that. But like all this like random stuff. Like what if you don't like it anymore? Then it's over. Haram ears? Is that haram? I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was kind of a funny post. They were just malding out and everybody was like, this is... is you could be a short, balding, unemployed, emotionally unavailable 30-plus-year-old living at home with mom, and women will still look for the best in you, but if you're a woman who weighs more than 120, a man won't even spit in your direction. Okay. Interesting statement. Counterpoint. And this is the graph for OkCupid, which is a dating app, chat. And it's the disparity or the distribution of how many women to men find least to most attractive and how women rate men and vice versa. So the pink is women, how men rate women and then how women rate men is the blue. I don't know, man. This literally just isn't true at all, man. A man won't spit in your direction if you weigh more than 120? And she's specifically talking about dating apps too?
And the graph clearly shows, and they did plenty of studies of this. Guys are very, like, you know, we tend to grade in a curve when it comes to looks on a woman. She doesn't need to be like a Sydney Sweeney all the time with every woman. It all depends on how the particular guy views her. Of course, there's universal appeal, like Sydney Sweeney or Margot Robbie. Generally, all men can look at her, those ladies, and say, yeah, extremely hot, no question. But there is on like the average looks scale, guys are fairly fair in terms of like, yeah, she's pretty cute. But they're like ladies, most of them tend to be very rigid when it comes to the looks appeal of a man.
This is like one of the most delusional
like videos of the pop balloon videos on how many women just discounted so many decent guys, all because they're not 6'5". It's not even just 6 feet. They gotta be the size of a building half the time just to get a date from them.
Posts I've ever seen. Like, chat, how many times have we looked at memes of like dating app profiles and it's just a fucking hog, like massive 250-pound female with a bio that says like, if you're not 6 foot tall and you don't make thick figures, then keep scrolling and I'm not interested. Also, you're not allowed to have any children, and if you don't own your house, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. If that fat girl hadn't been getting attention from like dudes on the dating app, desperate dudes, or dudes that love, you know, fat chicks, those ones exist too, she wouldn't have this fucking attitude. Like, look at how they are rating them. Obviously, like, this is one study on OkCupid, but I wouldn't chalk this up to like, oh, it's just for this specific dating app. This is across everything.
What's with the excessive ads?
Yeah, like, fat chicks absolutely get attention on dating apps. Don't kid yourself. If you're a female on a dating app at all, period, you're going to get attention no matter what. Because the demographic of the user base for dating apps is like 90% men and 10% women. You're like, you're outnumbered like 10 to 1 or 8 to 1. It's ridiculous. Even fat and attractive women gets dozens of matches and messages? Yes. Good luck. You will. There's literally a running gag on the subreddit, like, incel females or something, where they had to lock down messages from people who made posts saying, like, oh, I can't find a man, and then they get, like, a dozen posts from men giving them attention. Does the same happen for men? I don't think so. You open up Reddit incel men, and you won't get the same attention from girls? It's true. You can't even say it's, like, rage bait or, like, Alana, you're just nitpicking. It's true. There's no such thing. Oh, she replied, hey, so you missed the whole point. I didn't say women don't think men are attractive. I said that women are less likely to treat men like shit because of it. A fat woman exists, and men go out of their way to call them ugly. I think a man isn't cute. I swipe left and carry on. I don't know, man, chat. We've seen a lot of Reddits. That's actually not true. I've made so many segments. I've made so many fucking segments. You still don't get it? Women don't even acknowledge the existence of men they're not attracted to? I mean, look at the ratio, bro. Again, she's completely wrong. What are you talking about? Women say men have, like, small dicks if they own too many guns, or if they have a big truck, or, I don't know, if they have, like, a fish in their hand in their profile picture. They call them insecure. Do you guys not remember that? Women don't treat men like shit if they're ugly. That's cap. That's unironically cap. Both genders do it, dude. Women created the T app explicitly to shit talk and dox their exes or their men that they don't like, to ruin their life. What do you mean women won't be mean to men? It absolutely does happen. Yes, the hen pecking app, where they do the little bird hands. They're mean for way less, honestly. Like, let me clarify. I don't think men or women are inherently worse than the other when it comes to being an asshole on dating apps. I think dating apps, like, as a blanket whole, are just a shithole that creates narcissistic women who think they're, like, better than every man because they get ego inflated because they get so much fucking attention. It's really not that deep. But they get all.
I think those kind of ladies could benefit of getting a Regina George in their life, or having, like, some kind of brother that picks on them every once in a while. It's healthy mindset, so they know where they are in the, station in the real world. So those little excessive, oh, you're so hot, oh, you get it, girl, oh my god, would you go out with me? I'll take you out. All that stuff wouldn't faze her as much because she has some sense of reality.
All that attention because there's fucking 10 times more men on the app than there are women, statistically. You blow women's egos and destroy men's egos, yeah. Some women are like, if you aren't 9 inches, get off my face. Yeah, like, honestly. It's honestly fucking disingenuous and stupid to think, like, oh, women don't do this. It's just a male fucking disgusting misogynistic thing for men to bully women on dating apps. It's like, bitch, the fuck? have you not, like, what are you talking about? We've seen screenshots of people getting fucking shit on for, like, being, too short, or, like, you don't make enough money, or, like, you're a garbage man, get out of my face. This is the stupidest, like, culture war topic I've ever looked at because it exists in the vacuum of dating apps, and dating apps are not accurate to the representation of reality. It's just not. At least I hope it doesn't happen a lot in real life. It's fucking Shad, dude. It's Shad. Speaking of this is funny. This is on Valentine's Day. Dude, I love Valentine's Day. Oh boy, this went viral. Look at this. So for those that don't know, you can name, if you're friends with someone on Discord, you can rename them like a nickname that they can't see so you can keep track of them in case they change their name all the time. Yeah. E-Boy 1, E-Boy 3, E-Boy 4, E-Boy 5, E-Boy 8, E-Boy 7, E-Boy 6, E-Boy 2, ongoing call. Oh shit. Yes. Bro, every single DM is under a minute old. I don't know, man. Did they all DM her at the same time? There's like no way. This has to be like bait. There's no way. 8 people, all DM'd you at the exact same time, all within 60 seconds of each other. The only way this happened is if, like, they all said Happy Valentine's Day at midnight and nobody does that shit. Maybe they do, but, like, not fucking 8 people at the same time. Like, this is a skit. I'm calling it. It's not real. And I'm sure shit like this does happen. E-girls and E-boys do all this shit all the time. They change their profile pictures. They have these profile pictures to match. Ask me how I know. I played WoW for my entire childhood and my teenage years. Like, WoW, honestly, was the original E-girl game. And then it shifted into League and later on into Valorant and shit, right? Yeah. Alana, it's Discord. How does that make it any different? You do realize they play like games together? That's part of the reason? Nah.
It's your time to take charge of your career. It's time to go back to school. Because sometimes you have to go back to make the jump.
All right.
I believe it's on Discord. No, I just don't believe it. I think this is a little bit staged, but I do think this does happen. They're like, I need to give my e-kitten her League of Legends skin or she won't play with me. Do you want a bicep pic? Oh, I love you. Mwah! It's our day. Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Or chat. Plot twist.
Kind of like a scam,
this is a guy. He's
for
pretending to be an e-girl for free Discord Nitro. Holy. That's farming. That's big pharma right there. That could totally be true. That would be beautiful. Easy clappers. Same to you, sexy. Why blur out one of the e-boys? Probably an inappropriate picture. I don't know.
Understand how unfunny a man is until he starts sending you Instagram reels. Like, genuinely, I stare at the screen with a blank face because it's either so childish, immature, or violent. And the thing is, they get mad because they think that you're trying to humble them, but honestly, it's just really so unfunny. Like, I don't know how anybody could find that funny.
Lady, I've got news for you. Lady. You failed the test, bro. Yeah, no fun allowed. When guys send you edgy Instagram reels, they're testing you. They're like tapping you on the shoulder. They're like, hey. It's literally like a trial to see if you're gonna be a raging bitch or not, or if you can take a joke. They're sending you something that they genuinely find funny. And by the way, friends do this too, but obviously, like with girls, you gotta test them more. Like, they find something genuinely funny, something that might be a little waste.
That was the first thing I thought about. Was like, this must be some kind of joke or a test, because I don't know. This is the first thing I thought of, because I'm a guy, so that's what like that came to mind. So like, yeah, she's right. Yeah, you failed the test, lady. It's like, guys have like, well, sometimes girls can be crude too, but guys generally have like certain level of crude humor that we share with each other. We might find funny. Outside looking in, it might be problematic, but there are some cool girls out there who get it, and they can dish it out as well as they can take it.
It's a little bit sexist, a little bit stupid, isn't it? And if you react negatively and you freak out, that's a huge red flag. They're like, oh shit, oh fuck. Like, you failed the test, and you failed it so hard that you made your own Instagram reel to maul about it, and then you posted on Instagram of all places. This is me. This is me. I hate having fun. No fun allowed, bitch. Guys will send each other the gayest shit. Yeah, send each other gotchi reels. Okay, last one. What is this? A little post?
I'd love to do this again sometime. I'd like that.
Aww.
Oh, all right then.
Awesome.
See you home. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I've just had the worst date of my life.
For context, I'm 22 and I've been single now for 44 years. I honestly can't catch a break. I mean, he was nice, but his forehead was crazy. Like, I'm sorry, does that make me a bad person? And I don't know, he just wouldn't stop talking about planes.
How cruel!
Airbus A380? He also knew which colour it is.
Luckily, this never happened to me, but that's my biggest fear, going out on a date with a chick, and it's seemingly going fine until she gets home and have the audacity to like talking trash about the dude who this is how you end up ladies, this is how you end up generating the very dogs that you are so afraid of, because guys can go on good faith with well intentions, go on a date seemingly high on life, thinking like he found like a pretty decent girl that put on this little facade and like, oh my god, like this is like a great thing, like I'm looking forward to doing it again, and it's like, oh yeah, so like like make it all nice, but then a couple hours later you're going viral because this girl's talking trash about you, and this is why guys like tend to walk away, because it's like we don't want to look stupid. A man's reputation is so important, and if you end up trashing it, then it's just like it's hard to come back from that. Like, women's greatest superpower is their mouth, and it can either raise you up or tear you down just on a few sentences. And this is like a big fear of guys.
For a starter, and I don't know why, but that really gave me the ick.
The ick.
My mum told me this quote today: love is a lot like jelly. Sometimes it just feels weird in your mouth. God. And that really stuck with me, And I guess I just need to come to terms with that. Oh, and for the girlies asking, this cardigan's from Zara. Oh my god, this guy just came up to me and said, can I take your order? Ick.
Ick. Oh man. Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love. I just love boys. I hate dating them. They're talking about stupid airplanes and shit. I hate that. Do you think guys like listening to you yapping on about fucking TikTok, or I don't know, your stupid, what is it called, your pyramid scheme that you got into because of your cousin? You think they want to listen to that shit? That airplane stuff is awesome. Sometimes I'll check if there's an airplane going overhead over my house. Yeah, what's wrong with that? He's just
anything that guys like, or whatever hobbies we might be into that isn't like female centered, they tune out or whatever, or they talk crap about it. But it's like there are things that guys find kind of boring when it comes to things that interest ladies, like whatever stupid TikTok dances. My eyes glaze over, like I zone out every time I see another ad for with some girl doing some stupid TikTok dance, like all this stuff. I don't know why is that interesting at all, but apparently that's super interesting and fun for girls. But God forbid a guy want to talk about things that generally interest him, whether it's video games or planes or whatever automobile, or carpentry, whatever the case might be. That is something that guys generally have interest in. They get crapped on. Weird.
telling you, like, oh, look at the trajectory of the plane. It's going that way. Fucking bitch. I hate that. This is why I hag, Max. I hope you find your hag. I think trains are better than planes, but the point still stands. Let him have fun. Do you have one of those flashing lights on your head for the planes? Yes, clearly. I have a very big forehead. Yeah, let people have interests. I would hate this, like, honestly. You just open up to someone. Ugh.
Alright. That is it. Alright. I'm gonna look at this little thing y'all keep spamming. Because I'm probably gonna hate it. Because the way y'all just spamming it on the thing, I'm probably gonna hate it just out of spite. Because y'all was just kind of tripping. Anyway. I'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna get Resident Evil Rec Room booted up. But anyway, I'll see y'all soon. And if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what you guys think. Because this is like, guys can't enjoy nothing. It's weird. Anyway, you take care and I'll see y'all later.